Join us at the end for a slideshow.
I'm already out of Diet Coke. I need mine.
We're recording. As usual. Hi, and welcome back to Sticks and Strings. We have a special episode or special setting today. We are in Greer, Arizona, and we're visiting. We're just spending some time as a family, so we thought we'd film from up here.
We're glamping.
Yeah.
And Greer, Arizona is not a town. It is a
Hamlet.
It's
So
a hamlet.
We learned this today at the store.
Yesterday, yeah. That there's only 50-ish people that live here year-round.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful area.
And we're
Lots of
sorry if
cabins.
the volume's a little low this week. We don't have our mic, and we're roughing it.
Yeah.
So
Well, and the river's behind us.
Yes. There's a little river going by that's making a lot of noise. By a lot of people's standard, it's more like a creek.
Yeah.
But you know, the river.
But you can
it's
hear
the
it.
Little Colorado River is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can hear it. It's.
And we look. Oh, we're wearing our shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Now that you've seen it, I'm going to put on my jacket.
And
That's
it's
why I
good
got
you
my
can't
jacket on.
smell because this shirt. I wore it yesterday and I caught a fish in it, so it smells a little salmon eggy, fishy. But I caught a fish right over there in the creek. It was so beautiful.
And she ate it.
And then we ate it. Yeah.
No,
Well,
she ate
I didn't
everybody ate it except Eve because she's a baby.
it. Because I don't like fish.
So, and it's
Oy.
oh gosh, spilling things. It's perfect weather. It's like the hottest it's been is in the 70s,
Mhm.
and right
It's
now
been
it's
cold.
60.
And right now it's windy, which is why I'm cold.
But it's
Yeah.
nice. It's
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
nice. And
Well, I was hot a minute ago. I was cold and we stepped outside, and then I got hot, and I thought, well, I need my jacket. I take it off. It's kind of warm out here. And then the breeze kicked up again.
Yeah.
I was like, it's cold. So,
and so we've been having fun. We came mostly to take my dad fishing, and so we've done that. He had a little boo boo. He fell and hurt a little. It's a big boo boo. Hurt his wrist, and the heel of his hand.
He took
And-
a lot of skin off of it.
Yeah. So that was a painful ordeal for him yesterday. But he's
I bought this here. His barbecue utensils making into a
well, I think that's different than mine.
making
No,
into
that's
Oh,
what
a
maybe
you
it is
got.
mine, yeah.
yeah.
So my dad,
I was
both
jealous of the
them
one she
have
bought.
the same sweatshirt.
Yeah.
But at the store I bought this. It's a fish. We buy Christmas ornaments every year, so this is going to be my ornament for 21. It's a brown trout, and that's what I caught yesterday. Beautiful.
And we had to run. We ran to the store again today.
I also bought this.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
A
sorry.
new walking stick, and it's made it's made in the U.S. I think this may actually be made in Arizona.
I think you said it was made
So
in
nice.
Arizona.
So nice. That's my prize.
And
What'd you
I bought this little magnet. It's a
Oh, it's
little
a magnet?
deer. Yeah, it's
So cute.
a little deer fawn. It says it says Greer, Arizona on it. I don't know if you can see it. And I bought.
Oh, you better open that right now.
I've already opened it.
Well, you didn't
This,
share with me.
Wild huckleberry, dark chocolate sea salt huckleberry crunch. It's basically
really good.
chocolatey.
I can't eat any
popcorn.
right now though because we just made s'mores and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's so much sweet. Oh
yeah,
gosh.
they're delicious, but they're very, very, very sweet. How come your
So-
glasses aren't turning black?
Because I don't have fancy lenses.
No.
Remember, I had the clip-on sunglasses and I lost them.
Oh.
So Eve's got her shades on. Well,
So, but before everybody starts, I just want to say I started Proud to be American by Stitching with the Housewives. I have the picture here somewhere, but I'm sure you've all seen it. I'm not going to work on that, but
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
here it is. I'm
You
not
have to
going to work
sing a
on it
song?
because no, I don't want to sing the song. I like the song, but I don't have to sing. I'm not. The lighting out here is not ideal for
Dark fabric.
dark fabric, and because I'm almost done with tomato seeds, also by Stitching with the Housewives, and that one I don't think I brought the
Picture.
I might have brought the picture, but I've shown it.
We
several
showed it
times.
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's all right.
So yeah, and
Can I have
with
some?
the
No, never mind.
with Proud to Be American, I am doing it in the Plastic Color Works.
The head floss.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not used to it. So, you know, it's just learning how to work with the way different things are packaged, not anything with the floss.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid my pattern's going to blow away.
Put it under your drink. Oh, you must
I'm
notice we
almost
don't
done.
have our requisite.
No,
McDonald's,
drinks.
yeah.
there's no McDonald's.
There's no
have
McDonald's in
Pepsi.
there.
I
I got Pepsi. in
I have
mine.
I ran out of Pepsi.
Diet.
Diabetic. But yeah, we don't have our requisite cups in front of us.
Yeah, there's no McDonald's here. The nearest McDonald's is pretty far away.
Yeah. I'll go first because I only brought 2 things up with me. I brought the yarn for the crochet top, and I honestly haven't worked on it because I've been busy. But I am working on my mom's shawl, and I started the lace section. You can see up here. So I got sick of the garter, like it said. Work these rows till you get sick of them. Well, that was me. So I started the lace section. We'll see how it looks. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I've been fishing mostly, trying to anyway.
Fishing and driving
Cooking and yeah, and I did
cooking.
have to take my daddy to the ER yesterday for his
Yeah, that
hand.
took so long
that took
time.
my whole day.
It wasn't that it was so serious necessarily, you know, it didn't need stitches or anything, but he fell into some pretty gnarly stuff, and we wanted to make sure it was cleaned out very well.
Well, it's about the size of, it's smaller than a dime, but not by much, and it was just sorry to be gross, it was just like a flap of skin, and it was so painful to him that I couldn't clean it here.
He came in and he showed it to me, and I went to start it. Yeah, I couldn't even touch his hand.
Yeah, so it was too deep, too dirty, and too painful for us to handle it.
They had to finally give him a shot.
Yeah, well, and so we were just looking for urgent care. We didn't want to go to the ER, but that was the only thing in the little town nearby. So we went there, and they just tried to do like topical lidocaine, and it didn't work. And he was in so much pain, and so they finally decided to do injected lidocaine, which killed him. Of course, it was just so awful.
Well, by the time he got it,
But then, yeah, he was already like so heightened with his pain
because of the topical lidocaine and
yeah.
you know.
So, but after that, they were able to clean it and everything, and we have already an appointment for him when we get back to
just to
get
make
it
sure that
checked.
it doesn't get infected.
Yeah. So,
But he's having fun.
but he's
anyway.
still having fun, and he's gone fishing a bit. Well, he fell when he was fishing, so he was real mad about that.
He went fishing at the lake today.
Yeah, today we went to the lake, and my son caught a tiny little fish we had to throw back, but it was a pretty little rainbow trout, and so he was really happy. My son, he's down there somewhere. Who's that?
Hannah.
Oh, hello, Hannah. Hannah just walked by. My son and husband are down at the river. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but they're fishing.
Hannah's
Oh, there's
going back
Hannah. Hello, Hannah. Are you taking my taco chair? That's my taco chair. We bought new camping chairs, and one of them says, "Taco about
Let's
it."
talk about
Let's
it.
taco about it. Now, that is mine, but they're using it. So that's me. I'm working on this shawl and fishing. Maybe when the sun goes down, I'll maybe go see if I can catch another fish. It was good though.
Okay, so I have news. I haven't finished. I've been working on Prairie Schooler because I'm gonna do one of these on June 1st for the
Camping.
cross stitch camp. I'm gonna do one of the 3 that I haven't done yet. Still haven't decided which one I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna work on that. So I finished the one I was working on during Mania, which is this one that says love. So I finished it, and I'm part of the group One Strand a Night, and I think I've been in that group since October. We've been, just posting whatever, and so I posted this yesterday, or I think it was when I had this finished, and it's now our new cover photo in that group.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, there was a post today that Em Stasher Bates is the administrator of the group, and she said, thanks to Elizabeth Martinez for our new cover photo. So yay!
That's fun. You're famous.
Yeah. I have a needle minder that doesn't mind my needle.
Use your needle again.
Yes.
Is it stuck to that needle minder?
I'm looking. This is the no. This has got the red thread on it. Ooh, chilly.
Anyway.
What is a needle minder that doesn't mind your needle?
So now I'm working on Easter preparation. I finally
Finally.
started it last night,
And then she fell asleep.
and then I fell asleep, and then I made a mistake, and then I took it out and did some more. And right now, actually, I have to start a new thread. I'm almost finished with the letters in the banner. Around each letter, there's like a little, like a flag, there's a different color. But I did the letters. I'm doing the letters first, so I'm almost done with the letters.
Sorry, I had to go get my jacket, so we paused for a second.
So this is the beginning of Easter preparation. I'll show you the pattern in a second. I mean the photo in a second. But so I don't know if you can see it on camera. We'll try to take a picture of it. But it says Easter. It was the beginning of the word Easter.
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 E-S-T-E.
It's very light.
Yeah, it's quite on this color. It shows up well, but and it'll show up better with each letter is surrounded by a little banner, so it'll show up a little better. But I started with the banner because I started in the corner, which I don't usually do. But it's a long narrow piece, so I didn't want to start it in the center of this fabric because it'll use the R in the word Easter goes around about here, so it doesn't go much further than that. So there's quite a bit left over. But I did start it. I've been wanting to start this since March. You found it?
You found your needle.
So this is the chart.
Yeah, hold it closer. It's so cute. Finally, you
yeah.
started.
Really
Yeah.
cute.
So I'm
Oh, I
on the
thought it doesn't
second-
say preparation. I don't know why
No.
I thought you were gonna have to write preparation on it. That's cute.
Yeah, I love these little mice. Just killing me. But yeah, so I'm on the second E, and I just have an R and and then the rest of the little banner thing, and then I start on the flags. I think next I'm going to do so that
It's
so that
big, but it's really
yeah.
not a lot of
Yeah.
It's still spread out. Yeah.
a lot of pattern.
It's only it says here. I thought I had a number of stitches. 136 by 60. So it's not really all that big. 60.
But it's not anywhere near like full coverage.
Oh
or
no.
anything.
Yeah, it's
It's very spaced out.
sparse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
So yeah, I made really good progress on it.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a primitive design, huh? Twin peak.
Twin Peak primitives. Yeah.
Twin
Twin Peak primitives.
primitives.
Like I said, like at Jimmy John's commercial, I put the S in the wrong place all the time. Jimmy's John's.
Everybody's having
David's
sales
Copperfield.
because of Memorial Day. Okay,
She's having a problem over there. What are you doing?
threading my needle. So everybody's having these sales because of Memorial Day, and then I got an email from embroidery.com that my needle minder was available. All I have to
there's
do,
so much to love.
yeah, all I have to do is order, and I get free shipping on that. So I went ahead and ordered some fabric too. I don't have any specific idea for these fabrics. I just want to look at them and see them. And I was about to order them from DMC, and then I was like, oh, I'll just order them here. I don't have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
And I don't have to wait for something to come from France. And I had looked at fabrics at Hobby Lobby, and they have some new stuff. And I am going to go there and get some linen. But I have the pattern that I bought, the Twin Peak Primitives pattern for Christmas.
For Christmas.
Uh-huh. And there was one there that I thought, you know what, that might be pretty. I don't know if it's big enough. I just looked at it. But before I spend a lot of money on fabric and stuff, I don't want to order bigger sizes.
Yeah.
So then I also have that Christmas.
The snowman.
No, the one from Cross Stitching for Fun with the birds. I have the
Oh, yeah.
fabric for the spring and summer ready.
Oh,
And I was thinking, well, maybe some of these would be good for, the winter or the fall. I think I'm just going to dye the same even weave so they look the same. They have kind of a same feel to them, I don't know. I'm sorry I interrupted you again. I thought I interrupted you, but I'm not sure.
I also
am I
got
doing?
the email about the So Much Love needle minder. It was from the February challenge for embroidery.com, but I haven't looked yet because I did get I did place an order with 123 Stitch because I went on there to see what the price of the Gloriana silks would be if I got all those silks for that. I talked about that on Saturday. If I for Rabbit. Now the sun is out.
Yay.
And it's warm now.
So I'm gonna take off my coat. I put on a coat. Take off my coat.
But so I went on 123 Stitch to look at the prices of the Gloriana silks, and I decided not to buy them. And then I placed an order instead. So I bought the
Yeah,
2021 Santa for Prairie Schooler.
Yeah, we showed those last week,
Yeah.
didn't we?
No,
It's just
I don't
a-
have
Oh,
one
you
yet.
just ordered it. Oh,
No.
that was something else you bought.
Yes. Yeah. So I ordered the 2021 Santa from Prairie Schooler, and I also ordered.
You ordered the 2021 Santa for me, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna make you a whole set of
Okay.
the ones I have.
Okay.
But
Are you being facetious or are you being telling the truth?
I'm not telling the truth. 'Cause
Okay, cool.
What am I gonna do?
You just
I
want
don't
something to
have a Santa
stitch.
tree.
May as well give
Anyway,
it to me.
but they also had. I've been looking at it for a long time. They have some of the Prairie Schooler mini cards, and they come in sets. So they had. I think it's set A that I ordered. That has. It has. One of the designs in that set is a blackwork angel, like the ones I have. Only it's slightly different than the ones I have. So and there is another one. I saw somebody posted. I don't know if it was a D-Stash group or something, and I have to look again to see if it's still in existence. But it's another blackwork angel from that
Oh, wow.
by Prairie Schooler, but it's not in any of the sets. So I don't know if I would have to go on eBay or something to look for it or whatever. But so I'm kind of on a quest for that. And I don't remember if it has like what the title is or anything like that. But it's just a lone angel all by itself. So
Those are cool.
yeah,
I didn't know there were more of them.
Yeah, I knew all about this this set of 8 at first that Ginger Gerald he has a YouTube channel also, and years ago he did a couple of the Blackrock Angels, and that's where I first saw the pattern, and so I ordered it, and then like I said, I saw the other ones on somebody had either they were destashing the patterns or they had I don't know they had done them. I don't know what the story was. I don't remember, but yeah. So I actually have a picture of it on my phone somewhere.
Oh, they're older patterns.
Yeah.
They're not new. Oh, I see.
Yeah. Most of the almost Prairie Schooler things are older. I don't know. Or some of them are reprints, I guess, or something like that. So, but yeah, so that's on my list.
Yeah.
Other Blackrock Angels.
I probably should not be knitting this right now.
Why?
Because even though I've washed them
Oh.
3 times,
Your hands.
my hands still smell like salmon eggs from fishing this morning. Hopefully it won't rub off on my
She
yarn.
washed her hands with lemon yesterday.
Yesterday I had to I had to wash it with lemon.
Treat you like you do with an animal tangled with a skunk. Soak you in tomato
Lemon
juice
juice.
or something.
they like doing that.
Because it's fun. There is no feeling, I was thinking about that yesterday, there's no feeling on earth like the feeling of a fish on the line. It's just, it's so exciting and exhilarating and
When I was a kid,
scary.
When I
And
was a kid, I'd fish.
I used to fish. I remember one time I was fishing at Santa Barbara, New Mexico. It's where we used to go camping all the time. And I remember I was fishing one time, and I had the rod in my right hand, and I had the string like pulled out, and on my left hand. And I remember there was horseflies up there, and this horsefly bit the palm of my hand and left a little streak of blood on my hand. I was like, ow!
she has been telling this story for 1,000 years. That is her only fishing
My only
story
fishing
she has.
story.
Is that she got bit. She
I
didn't
got
get
bit
a
by a fly.
bite, but she got bit.
Yes, that's right. That was the only bite I got.
I once hooked myself. You haven't
But-
lived since you've had a fish hook in your body.
But I've decided some time ago that I don't mind eating fish, but I just can't.
Murder them
I just
with a
can't
knife.
kill them. Yeah, just sad little eyes.
For me, I don't like the taste of fish, so I'm not gonna go and try to take one out of the water if I'm not.
Well,
gonna
you could
wanna
take
eat
one
it.
out of the water and I could eat it.
No,
I
no,
love fishing.
they just lay in there living their fishy lives, and you pull them out of the water.
Yep. Yep. And I put them on a plate.
Like this one of my favorite fish restaurants in Little Rock has they sell a few T-shirts, but one of them says, "We catch and release into real hot grease."
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite sayings.
I love eating trout, and the trout that you pull from a river like this, it tastes different than trout in a restaurant. This is so it's so it's pretty strong flavor. But I just cooked it with butter and salt and pepper, and I thought it was really good. It was really good. It's a decent sized fish. I don't know how much it weighed, but it was, so this is a little brook, so it wasn't big like the ones we saw at the lake today. There was a guy pulling his boat out, and on the stern of his boat he had a chain of fish, and they were big. They were big. He must have caught from the middle of the lake. But I love fishing. I think it's. I
Your
think
whole family
fish
enjoys
are
it.
beautiful, and
Does
and,
Hannah ever fish?
yeah, when she was little. When
No,
she
I
was
mean
little.
now. as
Now
older.
she kind of was interested, but didn't get a license in time to to come here. I mean, you could have done it online, but we didn't have a rod for her, and she's like, no, don't get a rod just for me. It's fine. So I think she would have though. She actually, yesterday, right before I caught that fish, I was digging around to see if I could find some worms. At dusk yesterday, I decided to go out again. We had gone in the morning and nothing had bitten, and then my dad fell, and then I went to the ER, and so I got back and I was exhausted and emotionally thinned out, and I was resting for a while, and then the sun started to go down, and I said, I think I'm going to go out because that's a good time to fish, and because the birds were flying over the brook eating insects, and that's what
They
the
don't
fish
have
eat
to
too.
catch and release.
Yeah, but the birds were eating the bugs, and so the fish eat the bugs. So I knew that they'd be biting. And I found this nice little hole up the river a little ways. And as I was trying it, a fish jumped right in front of me. It's so beautiful. You see that white underbelly come up, flash up, and so I know, okay, there's a fish there. And while I was fishing, he kept jumping. He jumped like 5 times.
Like catch a bug.
Yeah, and I thought, well, maybe a worm would be more attractive. And so I knelt down to try to dig up some worms, which I couldn't find. But Hannah was with me, and she's like, can I try? So I let it. She was just sitting there messing with it for a while. I think she was interested. But like I said, she doesn't have a license, so she can't just go
Fish.
and fish. So, but she said to me, because I'd been trying for a while, and I was like, well, I'll just do salmon eggs again. And I was trying, and she said, do you want to give up? Because I hadn't had any bites. I'm like, no way, man. This fish is jumping 5 times right in front of my face. There's no way I'm giving up on this spot. And sure enough, the next cast out, I felt him bite, and I pulled it back, and my hook was empty. So I put on one more salmon egg, and I put it out there and caught him.
You know what she had to fish for this morning? She had to fish for a plastic pitcher.
Oh yeah, plastic pitcher, funny story. Okay, well, there's a little bit of gross part of it. Okay, our old, very old dog is with us, and she's been doing real good, but she's on a new medicine, and it didn't make her sick while we were home, so hopefully it wouldn't make her sick while we were here. I think that's what caused it, but her bowels are very loose. And so, you know, you got to pick up after your dog, right? Well, you can't pick that up, right?
No.
But you don't want anyone to step in it. So I took a picture and just got river water in the pitcher and poured it over. So
You
that,
took a picture, not a picture.
not a picture, a pitcher.
I thought you were saying you had taken a picture.
I took a picture of the poop.
That's what I was going to say. Why would you do
This
that?
morning when you first told me about it, I'm like, why would you take a picture to show Mark where it was?
I thought maybe you were going to show it to the bed.
Okay, now, for true confessions, I actually do have poop pictures on my phone because our dog is pretty sickly, and I have had, you know, I wanted record of like this is what it looks like. But not today. Today I got an actual pitcher of water, and I poured it. Pitcher. I said pitcher.
I know.
I didn't say
I'm just
pitcher.
clarifying.
Stop
I'm just
correcting
clarifying.
Okay, so I took a pitcher of water and poured it over her messy poop to sort of just wash it out and wash it toward the river and get it kind of so that no one was stepping it, right? And I had filled it in the house, and I had done it this morning. I guess so later I just brought the pitcher down to the river, and I had been scooping river water up. And for some reason, okay, the brook is going from right to left. It's flowing this way. So I would get the pitcher, and for some reason, maybe because I'm right-handed, I'd put it in the water this way with the stream. And so part of my brain said, that's stupid. If I put it upstream, it just would fill up, right? So I did that. And I don't know why. Maybe it was the weight suddenly the weight in the water. It slipped out of my hands. Okay, we are in a rental cabin, and it is a rental pitcher. So I'm like, I can't believe I just lost this person's pitcher. So I go, and I had been on the ground. Sorry, my headband is being weird. I had knelt down on the ground, and I couldn't get up because with my thyroid mess, my muscles are getting weak. And so my son had to help me up, and there goes the pitcher down the river. So I walked down, and it, because of the way the river shaped and the tide, you know, it wasn't going very fast. And finally it came, and there was this eddy where the water's you can see it circling toward the shore, and I'm like, come on, baby. Come on, baby, and I got it. So not only did I catch a fish, I caught a pitcher. That's skill.
I was kind of half asleep when she was telling me the story. So when you said it at first, I thought you said that you took a picture.
And I'd taken a picture of the poop.
And then I thought,
I lost the poop down the river and I had to catch it.
I can't even talk.
You have to understand, we're all on very little sleep.
It's a very high altitude. That's why we're so stupid. Oh my god.
Like I said, I was half asleep when she was telling me the story. I did not hear her right.
That's why you never play the game telephone, right? Oh my gosh. That's hysterical.
I just found a mistake.
Oh my gosh. So no, I did not chase poop down the river. I chased a plastic pitcher. What's that sound?
I don't know. I can,
Somebody banging on something.
or door. I think the door is not shut right. That.
I hear
living
your
room
doggy
door.
crying.
Yeah, my dog wants to be out here with us, and I would let her be out here with us, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything. She would
barko.
She fell off the bed this morning. She tried to jump up, and she fell, and kind of hurt her leg a
Yeah,
little bit.
when she came off the bed, she was on my side of the bed, and she was kind of, I had noticed her, and she was kind of limping around, like she had
She was holding
her
her
leg.
leg up.
This is Hannah.
Hello. I had to cross the river.
Come in behind us. Come behind, right here. There's Hannah.
I had to cross the river.
Get in the camera.
to
Get over here.
To get Eli's hook because it got stuck in a bush. So now my feet are cold.
You waded across the river?
I did. It's full.
It's better than chasing poop downstream.
It's not chasing you downstream. Elizabeth.
It was her left leg that was.
Oh, the dog
she
got
was
hurt?
holding up. Yeah.
Her left rear leg.
She might have just sprained it a
And
little
and
bit.
so then when I went to take her out later, I went to take her out. She wouldn't go down the stairs. She doesn't like the stairs at all. We're sitting on a landing. And you see the stairs behind us. And so I try to go down, and she has a short metal leash because she bites through other leashes, and you know, what time it was all bit through almost to the end. I'm like, I'm gonna lose this dog. So I bought a metal leash because she can't bite it, but it's short because she wraps it around my legs, and if I had anything longer, she'd kill me. So she doesn't want to go down the stairs one at a time, so she kind of launches herself down. As she's starting to go down, she just kind of jumps to the bottom. Fortunately, it's not very many steps, but it's longer than the leash.
Oh, no.
And so there I go like that, you know, and but
That
then,
was after she hurt her leg?
yeah, but she's been doing that the whole time. But yeah, she did it after she hurt her leg. But then when we would, when you guys were making the s'mores,
Uh-huh.
we were bringing her back up, she would not climb the stair,
Oh.
and
You carried her up?
no, she just kind of fought back, and then she got out of the harness.
Oh no.
But I keep the regular collar as well, so I snapped her on that, and then Dad was calling her from the top here, and she kind of slowly made her way up. So I'm thinking maybe her leg still hurts. I'm not sure.
Maybe she sprained it.
Yeah. But she was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
doing
she
that."
was limping pretty
Yeah.
badly, you know, for a
Poor
minute there.
baby.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, make sure that you know,
Because the bed we're sleeping in
Very high.
is very high, yeah.
yeah, and she's acting normal now, but you know, I have to take her down the stairs in order for her to eliminate. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just, if I have to carry her down, I'll carry her down, but I'll fall.
Now that wind feels good. My face was burning. Probably like,
Yeah,
The sun on
it was
my
hot
face.
for a second there.
I don't like, ah.
Not hot, but you know.
So my husband he puts sunscreen on, but he didn't put any on his face. He said, I used that face stick of yours on my head. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't get your, and he kind of, because he's got a big beard, and his nose is very red, and his cheeks are red. I'm like, you look like Santa Claus. It made him very mad. He was like, they're all sitting down there by the river. Love that breeze.
So, trying to think. Well, it's gotten very cold. It gets very cold at night,
Yeah, I love it though.
and yeah.
I am dreading. Tomorrow we drive back to the heat, Phoenix, and I'm
I remember one
dreading.
time that time that we went camping in New Mexico. That one summer when all the campgrounds were closed because of the fire hazard or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And
And we camped in that weird little place.
and we camped in Las Vegas, New Mexico,
Oh
at
yeah,
that
yeah,
lake.
yeah.
And the first day we were there, it was hot and sunny, and I think we got up there in the evening, and we put our tents together, and I remember we had sandwiches like in the almost dark
Mm.
by the time we got the tents put up and everything else. And the next day it was fine. The kids.
So that was the one where
no,
we took
yeah.
Robert,
And
but
I was
you
gonna
didn't-
join you
were
later.
coming
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
We took her kids, Robert, and Mike, 2 kids.
I couldn't
and
get off right then.
Mark.
Hannah was little.
Hannah
She
was
was still in
3.
the crib.
Hannah was 2.5, 3 years old. And no. She was 18 months. I
Yeah.
went, okay, the summer before, I went camping with a 3-month-old. I get a badge. And then the next year we went, and she was 18 months old. That's right.
Yeah.
And
And it was nice and sunny, and Robert and Eli were playing catch or something like that.
And we
were
went down to
playing-
the lake. We saw a big old frog.
Yeah.
They got such a kick out of that.
And then
So his mom was with us too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then so after lunch, I remember we had brought a cot for my mom to sleep in, and because we were in tents and we were all gonna sleep on the ground, whatever. And Robert like commandeered the cot. He came in and
He's good at commandeering.
yeah.
That afternoon, yeah, he laid
Yeah.
down for a nap.
And so, but then Naomi and I went to the restroom. You
And
know,
Mark was in our tent with the kids.
yeah. And
Huh.
so, and it was just starting to kind of rain. So we had taken, we had some umbrellas, so we went, took them with us. And it was just kind of sprinkling, I think, when we
Yeah.
went in. And, a couple minutes later, we came out and it was like pouring rain and hail storm.
Yeah.
Hail coming down. And as we went back to the tents,
It was basically a microburst.
yeah.
And it was the most torrential rain I've ever personally walked around in.
Mhm.
And then the wind started, and it was so bad that we were scared about the tents. And my mom and Robert were in one, and Mark and the kids were in the other. And Mark was so worried that tent was going to go flying. He punched holes through the screen at the top and grabbed the tent poles and was pulling down on the tent poles. And there's hi, Spencer. Oh, and there's Mark. Come up here, Mark. I'm telling the story of camping at the lake near Las Vegas, New Mexico. Remember
Yeah,
the microburst?
the microburst.
Yeah.
Holding the tent down.
Yeah.
He was great. So he had Hannah.
Ripping it.
Hannah was, I guess, asleep in the crib, and then
Here's my dad and my brother.
hello.
Hello. My brother has to leave. He has to go back to Albuquerque.
You leaving, Tim?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, we're back. We just took a break to say goodbye to my brother. He's driving back to Albuquerque right now,
That's right.
and so we're back.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what we were talking about.
I have no idea.
Oh, we were talking about the camping
The
trip
camping trip with
to
the rain.
Las Vegas with the rain. That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
I was in my car ready to go. I
But-
was driving out of our neighborhood,
Yep.
But I remember that
and I got a frantic phone call.
yeah.
Oh, so
Well-
anyway, so yeah, it started. So the wind started picking up the tents, and actually your tent, Eve's tent, got flattened on one side by the wind. And
Robert slept through the whole thing.
yeah, Robert slept. through the
He
whole thing.
slept through when I destroyed my ankle.
Yeah. And he, but my mom, so the tent, Eve's tent flattened on one side, and all the rain came in, and a lot of gear got flooded,
Her clothes got
and yeah,
wet.
and so it was this disaster. Like one day was beautiful, or the morning was beautiful, and the afternoon was almost a tornado. It was so bad, and Beth and I were outside the tents, and we didn't want to go in because we were soaked through to the skin. We were soaked.
Yeah.
And
That was
so
the wettest I've ever been without being in the swimming
yeah,
pool.
and we holed up in a little picnic table ramada that was nearby, and then the storm ended, and then my brother showed up.
Well,
And
it
he's
kind of
like-
rained. It kind of rained off and on. It never
Yeah.
quite got dry enough.
Right,
to,
right.
you
So
know.
it was still raining, and my mom said, "We're done." So we were ready to pack up and go right when my brother showed up, and he's like, "What's a little rain?" And I'm like, "You don't understand. It's not a little rain." And a bunch of our stuff was wet, and Mom was done.
All of Beth's clothes got wet.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we were like, no, you don't understand. And he's like, well, why did you put the tents here? It's in the low area. We're like, shut up. You were not here. We were going. So yeah, we had to call Eve and say,
Don't come.
don't come.
And then we had come out of the mountains and we were, well, I was soaked, so I was freezing
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah, so we had to roll up the tents in the rain, wet, in the back of our cars.
Mhm.
Because usually I'm really a stickler about tents.
Yeah.
You got to do it just right, and you got to make sure it's clean and
Yeah,
dry.
you got to make sure they're. dry.
Before when we camp, we're ready to go home that morning, we'd empty the tent and unstake it and turn it upside down so that the bottom can dry, because you don't want to pack a wet tent, But no, we just rolled it up, and I remember stuffing it in the back of the car, wet.
Mhm. And then, like, I remember we got to like the Albuquerque city limits, and it was so hot. And they were saying, "Oh, by the way, the monsoon season has started, so you can all the campgrounds are open now." I'm like,
Oh, it's awful. It was awful.
Because the reason you went to the lake was because the
reason,
campground was closed.
yeah,
Campgrounds
because
were
everything
closed.
was closed. You couldn't even stop on the side of the highway because they
Fire
were
danger.
Fire
afraid
danger
you would
was so
spark a fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire danger right here in Arizona is really high right now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to.
Yeah, the river's down, the lakes were really down.
All the little Smokey the Bear signs are the arrows are way over on the red side. You know.
Yeah, you're not allowed to make a campfire. You're not allowed to barbecue with charcoal or anything else. Here at the cabin, we have the gas one. That's okay. But you know, traditional camping
Yeah.
kind of things.
It would be really hard right now.
Because Arizona basically got no rain last year, and we've had it rain, what, 2 days this year so
Yeah.
far?
Just a little bit.
And it wasn't big rain. It was just
Yeah, it wasn't the
a
usual
few drops.
monsoon season.
Once in a while, my windshield has some spots on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, but nothing
Yeah.
really. So,
Oh, guess what? I can't wait for it to rain because the new car I got, the Mazda, it has a rain sensor in the windshield, and you turn it on to auto, and then when it senses rain, enough rain, it will wipe your windows. It's kind of cool. I used it the other night when it
Yeah.
rained. That one time that it rained, but it barely rained enough to.
I was gonna say that wasn't really a rain.
Yeah, it was, but it was enough to use my auto wipers. It's so fancy.
Yeah.
When I first got this car that I have right now, I was driving Uber.
She's a
And-
Honda van.
Yeah, I have a Honda Odyssey. And I was driving Uber, and I had just purchased it a few days before it was raining, and it was July. And
Oh, so yeah, you gotta understand. In Arizona, windshield wipers don't last very long.
well, it wasn't even that. It
that
was
why?
that it was July and raining. Now, anywhere else it rains, it cools off. Not here.
No, it does not do that. When I first auditioned in Arkansas, it was in August, and I was warming up in my hotel room, and I stepped outside to look for the taxi driver, and it was like just starting to rain, I guess. And then I went to, and I thought, oh good, it's raining, and I went to the audition and I stepped outside at one point while I was waiting, and it was a sauna.
Yeah.
It
Well,
just got hotter and
This was
steamier.
This
Yeah.
was
Well, that's
it
what
was
the
in
humidity-
July, so it was
Mhm.
like 105, 107. I mean, it was hot, and then it started pouring, and I mean pouring, really coming down, and I could not figure out how to turn on the defogger because the windows immediately.
fogged up. Yep, with the
Yeah.
air
And the
conditioning.
windshield wipers, you know, that's easy. It's right here, you know, and I don't know how to adjust it or whatever while I'm driving, but I'm driving through afternoon rush hour traffic with trying to figure out, okay, I turn on this for the windshield wipers. I got that, but now the windows are foggy. I had to keep opening the windows so the rain would get in, but so the windshield would clear. While I was trying to figure out that my passenger was all annoyed with me, and I'm like,
This is a new car. Leave me alone.
I'm trying to drive here. Leave me alone. But you know, things happen. They just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you're driving, you're riding in the back of a very nice car. Shut up.
That I'm paying for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and certainly it's not like, you know, since I accepted rides of any kind, it's not like he was paying premium price for riding a nice car.
Yeah.
You know, he was paying, you know, if it had been a little nasty car, he would have paid the same amount of money. So, you know, what are you complaining about? If you're dry, no, you don't have to drive. Now, it's strong enough to hold my scissors, but not my needle.
I think my lace is turning out okay. I'm just making it up. They suggested knit one, yarn over, knit three together, yarn over, knit one. So, but because you're increasing the stitches every round, they don't end end up in the same place all the time. You know, it's not like a planned pattern, like in a lot of lace patterns. But I think it's okay. I don't know how long I'm going to go at it though. I have a pain, but I don't know if you can see it.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to see what you're seeing because we have such glare from
Yeah.
the sun on us.
But there's a few rows right here. This
I
is
hope
just
you can
garter
even
stitch.
hear us.
Yeah, I think you can hear. Look how nice. This is my hand spun yarn that I made. Look at the pretty colors. How it stripes
I
pretty
love it.
nicely.
Mhm.
I don't know if once it gets bigger, I don't know if it'll still stripe so nicely, but I think it looks good.
Make it a little mess.
Okay, I'm playing a little bit of thread chicken because of that mistake. I don't want to have to find another of this color thread for one stitch. This is all I have left.
I don't know what I did.
And I have to do one more part over and tuck it, but I think I can do it. I think I can.
You don't want to have to do that with just one. Or
No.
just a little tiny stitch for get a whole new piece of thread. I hate that. That's why I hate cross stitch.
And this I have, you know, some of this thread, but you know, started, blah blah blah, yada yada. No, I'm gonna make it work.
Oh, talking about bad camping experiences. Remember when we went? We were. I don't know how. I must have been in high school. We went camping and everybody got sick.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't. Let's not tell that story.
That was bad.
Everybody got sick,
Everybody got sick, and when I mean sick, I mean
except my ex-husband and I. We didn't get sick.
No,
But-
Tim and Debbie didn't get sick either.
yeah. It was everybody who
but
stayed
that was
in the
our
house.
yeah our
But we went up to the
Camping disaster that year.
went up to the mountains and wound up with, let's just say, it wasn't a cold. It wasn't like, you know, a head cold. It was like your body
a
was
stomach
like,
bug.
It was
As-
full body dump.
yeah, as we call it, full body dump. And who started it? Mary Lou started it, and then Mom
And
got
then
it,
Mom, and then
and
you,
then me,
and then
and
Dad.
then Dad. And when Dad got sick, we were like, we're done. Yeah. And you got sick too, right?
Yeah, on the way home.
Yeah, on the way home in the car.
I decided on blue on this, by the way.
Oh, cool. Ouch.
Yeah.
So that was our one camping disaster. The lake was the other camping disaster.
One time-
When we were little kids, we went camping. Our family, just our immediate family. We were little, and we ran out of food because we decided to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And we were eating sardines.
Sardines and crackers. Yeah.
You
And
know,
I think it was before. Was it before I was born when you guys had that? When you were camping in an army tent of Dad's, and it rained
Yes.
so much and it flooded, and
yeah, that was,
Yeah.
I was a toddler or something.
Yeah.
I was little.
that's when Mom said to you. You got up in the middle of the night. You were wandering around the tent, and Mom said, Evangeline, where do you belong?" And you said, "In Albuquerque." Not my bed, but in Albuquerque. What do you want from me, Mom?
We have like it's so funny because you know we went camping a lot when we were kids, and then for a long time we didn't go camping, and then we went again as adults. We started going camping again, and so we had like we were thinking about it that we have like a chronicle of, you know, like camping disasters,
Stories.
you know, or yeah, stories and disasters and
And was I alive yet when Uncle Paul met the bear?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Is
in
that
that
the same year?
same.
I think that's the same year you were painting with blood.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Finger-
So the,
finger
yeah,
painting
finger
with
painting
blood.
with blood. My mom always told that story that I was in the camper and she put me in a high chair.
No, that was a different year.
In a little bouncer chair. It
Yeah.
wasn't really a high chair. It was a little
bouncy
walker.
chair.
And I guess she was washing the dishes nearby, and I grabbed a knife and I cut myself, and I was just, oh, pretty picture.
Everything in the camper is nearby. So
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, so it was in
there's a
reach.
big bug. A
The
big
what? No, the year that year was just our family, but the year with the bear was our
Oh,
family
yeah,
and Uncle
yeah,
Paul's
yeah, yeah.
family.
Yeah. My mom's sister
And
Elvira.
and my Aunt Mary Lou. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But that wasn't a disaster. It was just cool.
It was just funny because so my Uncle Paul had gone to get water, and they had heard rumors about a bear, but
No, he was when he got up there to the where the bump was.
sorry about that. We had a little wind disaster.
Yeah.
I saw my iPad shaking.
yeah, it's still kind of
Still
rocking
kind of
and rolling
shaking.
there.
But yeah, so
He got up to the sign. There was a sign that dividing the lower campground from the upper campground, and people were all having a commotion. And he asked what was going on, and they had taken a Polaroid picture of the bear,
Of a bear?
and it was standing by the sign. Here.
Oh man.
And they said, yeah, it went off toward the river, which is where we were playing.
Yeah.
And so he thought of, oh no, the kids. So he went running down the trail next to the river, and he was still carrying the water pail, whatever. And as he ran down the trail, he came face to face with the bear. And he said, the bear went one way, and I dropped the buckets and went the other way.
That's a famous story in our family.
He came home, and we packed up and left.
And
Like,
then
no bears for us.
Yeah. And then there was a time when we were camping and Eli was walking around behind the fire circle and tripped. Okay, we're back.
They're doing construction.
They're doing
next
construction
door.
right over here, so sometimes they got some dump trucks going today.
Bringing
Um,
rocks.
But yeah, so my son was walking, he was little, and he was walking just outside the firelight circle. We were sitting around the campfire, and he tripped on a chair, and we thought he'd broken his arm. Yeah, and we had to leave camp and go to Santa Fe and get him an x-ray, and then that was one fun camp time. And then, well, we always joke, we went to this, it was just my family. Oh, here we go, bang. No. It was just my family, just Mark and I and the kids, and Hannah was little, and she hates bugs almost as much as Eve does. She's the master bug hater, but Hannah's up there, and she was little, and when we went there, there were cicadas all over Oak Creek Canyon near Sedona, Arizona, and they, every time she saw one, she would scream, bloody murder. It was so funny. And Eli fell on that trip and pulled his fingernail off.
That was the one where I didn't know that was the same one.
Yeah, same camp trip. Yeah, and then but so yeah, we've had some fun stories. happen
Last
in our
time we
family.
stayed in the cabin, our family stayed in the cabin for kind of, it was a forestry cabin.
Yeah, it's always my fault because I'm the one who finds the cabins. At least everybody likes this one this time. But that time,
I liked the cabin fine. I did not like the scorpions.
yeah, so we went to Sedona, Arizona, which is more deserty, and I had heard about these forestry cabins that you could rent, and this one was like historic. It was like there was a very old section, and then years after years they had built onto it. And
Historic means that there's holes in the door.
well, come on.
No.
I mean,
It was-
but that was the newer part. by the
Yeah.
way.
I know.
But the problem was it's smack in the middle of kind of desert area. So with desert comes the scorpions. Here's some wind. Yikes. Ooh. I don't want my iPad to break. With desert comes scorpions, and so there was like a scorpion mama with a bunch of scorpion babies on her back on the porch. It was kind of creepy. And we saw a skunk, we saw a coyote, we saw a tarantula, I kid you not. We saw and a praying mantis stuck on the window
Family
for
of quail,
days.
I think.
Yeah. Like outside the living room window, there was just a different animal every night. But the tarantula, oh my gosh. So Mark and I were in, so this cabin, because it had been built and built and built out, there were bedrooms in each section. And it was kind of cool, really.
I liked the cabin.
Yeah. And
It's just, they wouldn't allow the dogs inside, and with the scorpions, all those baby scorpions outside,
yeah.
like my dog cannot stay
Yeah,
on the
it was
ground outside.
awful. So but we were in this, so it on the front of the cabin it was level with the ground. I'm nervous about the wind. And then at the back the ground fell away, so there was a porch, that looked out, and it was supported by poles. So it was like built into the side of the mountain. And so we were in the back bedroom, and there was a little porch right outside the door. And at night, I decided to turn on the porch light, and I saw a tarantula sitting on the, hello Mark, hello, that's my goofy husband. I saw a tarantula sitting on the porch, and as soon as I turned the light on, he crawled and he went like off the porch. I was like, oh crap. So I turned off the light, and a little while later I turned it back on, and he was back. And then I turned, but because I turned the light on, he went, ran Yeah, that was a crazy trip.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. I stayed on the porch painting, and I still have that painting. I don't like it, but I have it. And I don't like it because, you know, when you're just kind of like sitting around, you know, doing that, you don't really have a plan. You don't necessarily, you know, plan the way you normally do. Paintings.
That's okay.
But
That's all right.
I was painting yesterday her kitties, and it's coming out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when I was painting, Dad came in with his hand and all that, and afterward, I just didn't feel. I just was birds. Yeah, all different kinds of birds.
Well,
I
you
wasn't
don't-
feeling it,
Yeah.
but I think it's a really good start. So
It's fun. Well, it is getting a little bit dark
and a little
Yeah.
windy, a lot
and windy and chilly, and they are gearing up to do more construction right across the way. So I think we'll be drowned out by that.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week. Please like, subscribe, and put on your alert button. And thanks for joining us.
I'm almost finished. I'm working on the R now.
You're not finished.
Bye.
You just started that. Bye.
Yeah, I'll finish at the top.